inmate at
Erie County Holding Center.
To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
Not that good.
What happened?
No, I'm just really sick of being in here and having my rights violated, so I think I'm just going to go back on the hunger strike on Wednesday, and if my family can't post a bail, or if they say they can only pay the money to Parlato's son for the lawyer, but they won't pay my bail, so, you know, they're basically playing games. They want me in here, so I'm pretty much just going to go back on the hunger strike or let myself die in here if I can't be released, because I'm sick of having my rights violated. I can't be held on $250,000 bail. I don't have anyone to pay $15,000. So unless, like, Parlato can make a GoFundMe or something on his website or do something to help me, I'd rather just be dead than keep playing these games with the government. You know, it's out of control at this point.
Do you think
$250,000 is unmanageable.
Do you think Judge Gruber and former DA John Flynn are putting you in this position?
Yeah, they're forcing my hand. They're violating my rights. I called him out that the police report said that there was no link to me, and he still signed the warrant, and he refused to answer it in court and just ended the court session without even ruling that I was competent, which he doesn't even have the authority to say whether I'm competent or not because the competency exams were passed. I have a copy of the exams. They're in my property right here. So I'd rather just be dead than to keep playing these games. So I'm going to say that I'm fasting for religious purposes to the medical staff, but I'm just going to stop eating on Wednesday at 4 o'clock if my bail's not paid by my family, because this is out of control. This is like if they say this guy will only give Parlato's son the money for legal fees, but he won't pay my bail, then that's a red flag.
So do you think that it's unfair fundamentally that people who stab each other in the throat are out of jail in New York State in 24 hours to commit more crimes, and you're sitting in there for something that's, you know, it's an alleged social media interaction that's not even proven?
Yeah, it's insane. It's public corruption, and they're framing me and holding me here illegally. They have no proof that I did it, and now they're saying that they're going to just file another charge if I get released from here in another jurisdiction to try to keep me held in jail. So it's just getting out of control at this point.
Tell me about that. What charge are they talking about in another jurisdiction?
I have no idea. In court on Thursday, she said we're looking to get another arraignment in North Tonawanda court for I don't even know what. So
you say that they're concocting new charges against you.
That's what she said in court. So I don't really know. My lawyer is pretending to be on my side. He says he's going to file a bail motion.
So your lawyer Nick Toshido said he's going to the Supreme Court with a bail application?
Yeah, but he's just bullshitting. Like he allowed them to submit 13 pieces of evidence and didn't submit any on my behalf. I asked him to come visit me in the jail and all this shit. So I'm done playing these games. Like, this shit's retarded at this point. So
yeah.
I mean, I've done all that I can do.
Do you think that the tactics they're taking against you are because of your exposure of the Kathy Hochul and John Krangle affair, and the fact that Kathy Hochul's up for re-election, that she's having her friends in Tonawanda and the legal arms?
Because I filed a lawsuit against the town of Tonawanda, and they're trying to hold me in here until the lawsuit gets dismissed. And so I missed deadlines, and because I exposed public corruption involving John Flynn, all the dots are connected. John Flynn works with Kathy Hochul, or John Flynn worked with Joe Eminger at the town board and knows all these people. He met with Joe Eminger at the state of the town, and they're doing all this shit illegally. And she funneled $20 million there, and as it says right on the Walsh, Grayson, Roberts, he funneled the lawsuit to his son's law firm, which is illegal. So, you saw the post. I have a copy of the letter in here. So, there's nothing else I can do at this point.
Well,
no one can pay my bail.
What about the issue with the filed document in federal court in the Western District that details all of that, including mafia involvement, allegedly, and including the affair that you say that Dennis Krangle, the brother of John Krangle, admitted to you, and that's documented by other evidence?
Irrefutable. it's irrefutable. He said it on the record. They work together. The paper trail's irrefutable. They work together at the clerk's office. And like the thing with Kathy Hochul and Cuomo and the state Supreme Court judge, all you got to do is look up Mario Vacanti's case on pacer.gov and go to the plea agreement, and you'll see Mark Garzanti's name, Joel Violante's name, and William Hochul's name. So all the things are right there. It's proven. So, I mean, I really don't have many minutes left on this phone because my family's basically cheap as fuck. I have no family. My mom passed away. My dad's pressing charges on me. All my siblings are filing false charges on me so they could steal my mother's estate money outlined in the filing on the U.S. Attorney's website. So this is just ridiculous at this point. So,
Okay.
There's nothing I can really do. I mean, all the proof is right there. All the dots are connected, and John Flynn stole $611,000 with the Erie County Assigned Counsel, and Nick Texedo is pretending to work in my favor, and now they're trying to cover their tracks after being exposed, and now they're just basically trying to backtrack and file a new bail motion with a new judge because they knew what they did was illegal. And another thing they're doing is turning off the recordings in the court, so the things I say aren't even on the record. They're turning it on pause, holding me in court, and then, basically they're pretending that they're driving me to court in vans without the cameras. They're doing everything that's illegal.
Do you think that it would be convenient for them if you were to die? But I'm saying the bottom line is you say you want to go on a hunger strike.
No,
Does that play into their hands?
Scenario. No, I think it's the worst case scenario because now we got everything on the record. All the articles are out, the filings with the U.S. Attorney's Office. So this is the only way I can get justice. Is now then a state has to launch an investigation into it, and then all the things where they filed false, documentation and things like that are already out there on Pub Corruption 5. And
so your belief is that an investigation into your hunger strike death will bring eventual justice. You're willing to sacrifice your own life to get justice, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I had no choice. They won't let me out. They're holding me in here unlawfully. This is unlawful imprisonment. This is illegal. There's people, like you said, who stab people, commit crimes, people who are caught with guns, released on $2,000 bail. They can bond out for $250. It's illegal. So
is your real crime here being against the Tonawanda Kennedys, being against John Krangle, being against John Flynn, and being against Kathy and Billy Hochul, and telling the truth about them? Is that your real crime here?
Yeah, and I think if Letitia James covers up an investigation into this, then I think the federal government, Cash Patel and Pam Bondi, have a right to investigate her, and she should be removed from office too because she's been covering up the police misconduct and the unlawful arrest, which she says, as you stated, she says she stands for justice and all these things, and an activist. She pretty much allows New York City to operate as a crime-ridden area, free from prosecution. Criminals are allowed to do whatever they want, burn people alive on subways, stab people, this, that, and the third, and get out. And Letitia James is all for criminal rights, rights of people who are accused of crimes and imprisonment and closing down jails and all these things. So if she fails to investigate a death in this facility, then Pam Bondi and the Department of Civil Rights and different people will just have to investigate her. I think that's the only way because she's covering up. She's covering up these things, the police misconduct. She wanted to defund the police, but now she's covering up police misconduct for John Flynn and the Erie County Democratic Cartel. So what choice do I have?
Do you think that Letitia James is looking the other way on corrupt crony sweetheart deals by Kathy Hochul and her associates into money funneled into Tonawanda, Erie County, and her preferred political connections?
Yeah, Kathy Hochul just funneled $60 million to Erie County for 2 malls that are on the property owners to restore or rehabilitate. The governor can't send money to private property owners of malls to reconstruct their property with state money. It's illegal. She just did that as well. Letitia James is looking the other way with a socialist agenda, and she, like I said, she wanted to defund the police, and now she's turning a blind eye to, cops committed by crimes here, cops filing false evidence, judges arresting me without proof or sending warrants. So she's in on it. She's on the take. Letitia James is involved as well, and the federal government at this point is refusing to investigate these corrupt Democrats in Buffalo, Erie County, Tonawanda, and as high as the state level, the governor's office and Letitia James. They're scared of Letitia James, the federal government, and they just tried to prosecute her, and she got off on the charges. And they can't do anything to her. They operate with criminal immunity, and the federal government refuses to go after them. That's pretty much where we're at.
So what would you like to see happen?
Do.
What would you like to see happen for you in your situation?
I would like to be released and have my charges dropped, because you can't file false evidence and charge him with violating orders of protection that don't exist, and you can't give John Flynn an order of protection for saying I called the police when the police were sent to my house 105 times in the last 2 years, and I didn't get an order of protection from a single person who sent the cops to my house. So this is illegal. They're doing things to me, and then on the other hand, they want an order of protection. They sent the police to my house 105 times in 2 years, and I didn't get a single order of protection from a single false report that was made against me. So I have no choice at this point. That's what I'm at Wednesday at 4 o'clock. If I'm not released from this place, then I'm not eating anymore. So that's my final decision.
Okay, you're gonna end up like a Bobby Sands. You know who Bobby Sands is?
Nope.
Bobby Sands is one of the Irish
1 minute remaining.
one of the Irish freedom fighters, basically, that the British imprisoned, and he went on a hunger strike inside a British prison, and he ended up dying inside the prison for the cause. So you're ready to go to the level of Bobby Sands.
Well, I guess, yeah, it's going to hang up because I only got 1 minute left. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just not eating at Wednesday and 4 o'clock. If they say they can only give the money to Parlato's son, and Parlato can't make a GoFundMe and crowdsource the money, $15,000, or get the bail lowered and bail me out, then there's nothing I can do at this point. I've done everything I can.
Okay.
So I guess it's going to hang up now, but, it is what it is.
Stay as safe as you can.
All right, bye.